Why do I struggle so much with filming intros? It's a real issue. I literally just said I wasn't gonna do that and I did it again. What is going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. It is going to be a vlog about my time working for Disney. If you like this video whilst you're watching it, please do give it a like and subscribe, hit that bell button, make sure you get notified when I put my new videos up. Disney is one of my favourite things in the world. I've loved it since a very young age, and one of my dreams was always to go and work for Disney. I went to Florida when I was younger, and my mum will vouch for me when I say this. I turned around and I went, this is my dream job, I will be a princess. So it's always been a lifelong dream to work for Disney, let's just say that. Great goals. They're cat in life, great goals. So this was one of the videos that was requested on my Instagram when I did my polls at It's Just Katrina. Go and have a follow. I'd very much appreciate it. I try to post content either every day or every other day about lifestyle, makeup, fashion, all different kinds of things, trying to find my niche at the moment, so let's just go with all of it, why not? So this is one of those videos which you guys requested, and it is my working for Disney vlog. I also asked you guys to fill in the questions box with any questions that you guys had about what it was like working for Disney, what I did, what the audition process was like, and I got a good few questions, so I'm gonna try to answer those now. It was back in 2016 to 17 that I worked there, so things are a little different there now, but I will try and be up to date as possible with what I say, and yeah, let's get started. So first things first, working for Disney was an incredible experience, and I ended up working for Disney in my gap year between ending sixth form and my A-levels and going to drama school down in London at Trinity Laban. It was a really great gap year for me, living away from home, having to take care of myself, learning a new language, just so many different things that I had to do when I was over there, which made it such an incredible experience. My eyes have gone blurry. For anyone out there who is interested in working for Disney in Disneyland Paris, or there are other places that take on British people like Disneyland Tokyo and Hong Kong and Shanghai, just go and audition. Trust me, even for the day of the audition, it is such a great experience, so I would definitely suggest going to do that. One of the first questions that I got asked was, what was the audition process like? For me, like I said, it was back in 2016. It was April the 24th, 2016. Don't ask me how I remember the date, I just do. I had just had a drama school recall the day before. I'd been told that I hadn't got through. I was really down, and I saw that there was an open call the next day up in Leeds for Disneyland Paris for the character and parade performer department. So I went to hell with it. My mum drove up there and I auditioned. So the actual audition process, it's so fun. I don't know what time I got there. I feel like, if I remember correct, this is something I should have had a look at before I came to film. I'm pretty sure I had to be there at 9 o'clock and the actual audition started at 10, so like registration opened at 9 o'clock. A lot of people get there earlier so that you can get an earlier number. Personally, for me, I don't think it actually matters if you're like at the beginning, middle or end of the bunch, because they see you all, and if you've got the right look and you're creative and spontaneous and fun, they're gonna get the right vibe from you. But if you want to get there earlier, probably get there from like 8:30, ready for the day. And it's so important to be there on time. Don't turn up late. So once you get there, you get given a number, which is going to be your number for the day, and then you get given a card which you need to fill in, and you get measured in terms of your height, which they write on it, and that gets handed to the panel. Once they've registered everyone and you're all waiting, then someone will speak to you. For me, it was a man named Daniel Harding, and he explains to you kind of what job offers there are. So they have two types of contracts. They have CDDs and CDIs. CDDs are a date-to-date contract. CDIs are a date infinite contract, so an open-ended contract, which is what I ended up getting. And then there are also two types of job. You can either have a 175 or a 220. 175 is where you are just part of the character department, so you are friends with the characters and you do not get to perform on the parade. And then you've got the 220s, who are part of the character and parade performer department, so you get to be the dancers on the parade and take care of the characters as well. So yeah, they're your two type of things. He explains all that to you. Then he explains the 3 rounds. So first round is the animation round. The animation round is, I think, 6 counts of 8, and you get given a character type for each count of 8. So one of the dwarves, a cowboy, a princess or prince, a villain, pirate, and I think the last 6 you have to just be yourself and show your personality. This count of 6 is so important. You've got to really show that you can be spontaneous and creative and fun, because that's what Disney is all about. It is about magic and creativity and fun and just having a lovely time. So use that count. Don't think doing crazy tricks and things like that is the only way you're going to get seen either. I couldn't do any tricks, but I just smiled and danced and did a boogie, and it was all great because they saw my personality. One little tip if you are going to audition is don't make any noise during the animation round audition. The whole point is that you don't make noise. You are animating with your body, and that is all. And so many people make noises. It's just, you know, like, just don't do it. So for each round, you are going to do it all together, learn it all together. Then you get to do it in halves, then possibly in thirds if they have time, if there's so many of you. And then they will see each of you in groups of 10. After you've performed in your groups of 10, they will call out numbers and then tell the rest of you that thank you very much, but you've not been successful, and send you home, and that is it. Another very, very important thing is that you make sure you are free all day. You must be there for the entire day if you want to get through. Trust me. And it's a long day. It's a lot of waiting around, but if you really put your effort into it and they see something in you, it's such a great experience and you get a really good outcome out of it. Second round is going to be the dance round, and this has changed a lot, I think, since I did it. When I did it, it started very simple with walks and a hand here, maybe. I can't remember the dance, but it started simple and got more and more and more difficult because they need to know what level that you can dance up to. The parade now is a lot more dancey than it used to be. When I was one of the parade performers, I was a snowflake girl who is like the danciest thing for my height, and it is quite technical. It's arabesques and pose turns. So if you are a dancer, this is your moment to show off. Get in there and show off those beautiful lines, because that's what Disney want. They don't just want you to be technical, they want you to be technical and give character. Make sure you marry the pair. Again, you do this all together in halves, in thirds, in groups of 10. It's always the same for these 2 rounds. If you are wanting to be a parade performer, just make sure you've got your dancing shoes on that day and you are ready to kick some butt. I need to really stop. There are kind of 2 stages of the final round. First bit of the final round, scariest moment of my life, I think, so far. They line you up in lines, all one behind the other, and they come along the line one by one, and they lean into your face and ask you to smile, to turn this way, wait there, to turn that way, wait there. Ask you if you've got any piercings, any tattoos, any scarring. And this is basically their moment when they're looking at your face to see who you will best be friends with in terms of princesses and princes. They need to know that you're gonna match with that character the best. So that is quite a scary moment, but you've just got to smile, open your eyes, big smile, just be as joyful and Disney-esque as you can. There's nothing you can do about it. It's all down to what they think. And also, when you get there, if they've matched you with some princess friends, they may get you there and go, actually, you know what, we want to match you with this person as well, and they check your compatibility with that when you get there. So don't worry if you're not matched with your favorite princess, because it could happen, and if not, matchings happen all the time whilst you're over there, so just keep smiling. So yeah, they literally do that with every single person and then send you to the side, and then they call you up in small groups. And this is the point where you find out what your contract would be if you were going to be offered one. You get told, sorry, no, not today, which is always hard to see. We like your animation, but don't think you're a strong enough dancer. We want to offer you, and they'll give you a card for a 175 contract that says you're on the books for those kind of contracts. You get, we like your dance, we like your animation, we just don't think you match with any of our characters that we have. So we're going to put you on the books as a character and parade performer, but with no compatibility with the meet and greet characters. Or you get taken through to a different room to check your compatibility with the only way to call them is face characters, so the people characters. Does that make sense? I think so. They check your compatibility, and then that's it. That is the end of the audition. It is then taking your little blue card home with you, which I do think I have. There it is. My little, and waiting for the email, which for me came really quickly. I got it literally a week after I finished the audition, and I went out to work in Disneyland Paris on July the 9th, 2016, and I finished in August 2017. So that is the audition process. The next question I got asked was, do the princesses do their own makeup? And the answer to that is yes. For pretty much the whole of Disney, makeup is done by yourself or the character, and it's very, very specific, so it has to be exactly the same every single time. They're given very specific colours to wear, and everything is just the continuity of it is very important. So they are taught how to do it, and then it is up to them. It's all very, very specific. The basic answer is yes. Babble away, Kat. There are some bits of makeup which parade performers don't have to do. That's done by the people in Cosmeto, and those are things like Voodoo Girl, which I did. The Snowflakes makeup I found the hardest because, well, not the hardest, it's the most intricate, and you have to kind of arrive at Cosmeto a good like half an hour to hour earlier if you want it to look nice and you're not rushing, because it's got so many different colours and you have to have fake eyelashes, glitter, the headpieces and stuff to put on. It is intense, but it was one of my favourite things to do because the costumes were so cute. Look at this. I loved it. Anyway, on to the next thing, which was, which characters was I friends with? My first friend that I made when I was out there was Princess Aurora, otherwise known as the Lovely Sleeping Beauty. And I was friends with her from July through to kind of January, February time. She was my only friend out there for a good long time, other than my initial friends who I went out there with, which were Pluto, Mr. Smee, and Rafiki. And I became friends with Aurora kind of a couple of months in. I also was friends with Belle going out there, but I didn't get to actually meet her and be friends with her until January, February time. So that was a long wait to be friends with Belle. And then actually, after they saw how good I was with Belle, they went, you know what, we think you'd match pretty well, you'd be compatible with Mary Poppins. So I was really, really good friends with Mary Poppins as well. She was other than Snowflake, she was my favourite to hang out with on the parade. Look at me, I've got all like, remembering my Disney days. When I first arrived at Disneyland Paris, they thought me and Elsa would be very good friends, but apparently me and her didn't get along very well. So that wasn't a friendship that I got. They were my lovely friends. Final question that I'm going to answer was, what were the best and worst bits for working for Disney? In terms of the best bit, seeing kids' faces light up when they meet their favorite character is just an amazing experience, and the hugs that they give the characters is just incredible. It is true magic, and considering that is what Disney is all about, it's all about the magic and the fun and happiness and creativity of life. It's just such a heartwarming feeling. An actual experience was, the moment that those parade doors open and you start dancing down Main Street. Wow, it's just that if you're considering auditioning, especially if you're a dancer and you love dancing, that is something that will stay with me for so long. Dancing and seeing kids waving at you and blowing you kisses and singing along to the song, and it's something that never leaves you. Honestly, it's such a good experience. And also I got to be part of different seasons as well, so I got to be part of Halloween season. I was a mushroom on the float in the Halloween cavalcade, and then for Christmas I also got to be a snowflake on the princess show for Christmas winter time, and I also got to be a Christmas carol singer for the tree lighting ceremony with Mickey. So that was just incredible as well, getting to do those extra things. I know it's changed a bit now. It tends to be more external people that do the actual shows, but I don't, like I said, I've not been there since 2017, so an awful lot has changed. One final best bit for me about my journey at Disney was opening up the 25th anniversary parade for the first time. That was an incredible experience. No one knew the song, no one knew the dances, no one knew the floats. In the crowd, obviously, we all knew them. Oh God, imagine! That was just an incredible experience. I keep saying incredible, maybe I can use a different word. An awesome experience, a magical experience. Just seeing everyone for the first time, seeing this parade with these amazing new floats and this amazing new song, and it's just, that is something that I will have, and only I will have for that specific part of the parade. No one can take that from me ever for that parade. It's just such a good feeling. Yeah, they were the best bits for me. The worst bits, when you initially go out there, you are on early shifts or nighttime shifts. That's what happens. Get over it. You're gonna be in the restaurants and stuff, and it does get very tiring, especially when you're on 3 late night shifts, then you have a day off, and then you're doing 3 early shifts. Your sleeping pattern is just, that's the only thing with Disney, is that there is no continuity in terms of your schedule. It is dependent on who is available, who is on holiday, and what role you get given for that day. If you're friends with a princess for a day in the pavilion, you're stuck in that pavilion all day, and seeing the kids' faces really does help get it through. But you're gonna get some weird people as well, which is another downside. There are some creepy people in the world, or some people who are there who really don't care, and they're the hardest guests to deal with. But you've kind of just got to laugh about it and take it as a funny story to tell people later on. You can't dwell on it too much, because it gets to you a little bit when you see all these other people who you're working with getting to do lots of different shifts and be on the parade all the time, and just constantly getting to chop and change and keeping things interested, and you're stuck on the same shift all the time. It can bring you down, and I have to say I did get quite down, especially during Christmas time, which is very peculiar for me because I love Christmas. I really love it. So I got a bit down during that time, but you lift out of it, and again, the magic and stuff just really helps you through that. But those early mornings are a killer. 7:15 start. Woo! It ain't fun, especially if you've just had 2 days off and you're just had lies in and you're so chilled. It's intense. Yeah, I had a very interesting relationship with Disneyland Paris when I was out there. Sometimes I really loved it, sometimes I really was kind of ready to leave, but I pushed through, and I'm so glad I did. It's just one of those experiences, and it happens with everything in day-to-day life. There are going to be some bits that you're gonna love and some bits that you're gonna hate, and you've just kind of got to deal with it. There's no other way of saying it. You just gotta deal with it. But yeah, that was what my time at Disney was like. I hope you have learned something new if you're thinking of auditioning, or you've just enjoyed this video. If you have liked it, please give it a like below, subscribe and click that bell button for my next videos that are going to be coming out so that you get notified. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave any comments if you have any more questions. Hopefully I will see you guys soon. Have a magical week.